I thought he's always been a possibility. With his relationship with Steph, with his relationship with Draymond, I can't see him in a Lakers uniform next year based on what the streets are saying. If he does return, Cleveland would be number one and Golden State would be considered.
Look at the River Islands guest line, and who do you see? It's none other than Marc Spears of ESPN. How you doing, man? What's going on?
I'm actually in New Orleans visiting my mom. Shout out to moms. She got a degree from San Jose State. A lot of people out there love her.
Marc, the last time you were on with us, right at the start of the conversation, you received a text from Jonathan Kuminga, and you.
Yeah, he texted me back today.
Yeah, you were kind enough to obviously have our conversation first. But yeah, I'd like to know how'd the conversation go after you got off the air with us.
A text message conversation with Jonathan is really slow.
Okay,
it's almost like. Telegraph, man.
So what'd you say back to him?
I just asked him how he's doing. He's like, Atlanta's cool. It's a lot different than the Bay. That was the main thing he said. But he said he's really enjoying it and adjusting. But it sounds like he already misses the Bay a little bit.
Huh, that's interesting. And I like the reason I asked.
He said he missed the Warriors.
I caught that. But I mean, look, this trade that all of us have talked about so much, to this point has led to 4 basketball games. 3 for Jonathan, 1 for Kristaps. The further we get away from it, what's your view on it now?
From the beginning, when we talked about it, guys, the key words I said was if healthy.
Yep.
Right. And in a little bit of what we saw, I could see why they'd be fascinated by what he does. He's 7'3". He can shoot threes. He can block shots. He can rebound. He does everything. And picture that with Steph and Jimmy Butler. I think it's perfect. But it's just, he has this, really intriguing, not familiar sickness that, from what I understood, when the Warriors got him, didn't think it was an issue, which makes me wonder, was the information they got correct or not? And, because why would you make that trade and give this a run if the Potts injury was something that was still pretty relevant or prevalent for him?
Yeah, and yet they did it, and now that he might actually be ready to play, and next time the Warriors get on the floor. And so how much are you looking at, whatever small sample it is, like Porzingis, can he play with Steph? Can they get 5 to 6 or 7 games? And how much will that lead to them maybe wanting to keep him around?
I think his game fits. He doesn't have to audition me on his game. He has to be in uniform. The best ability, they say, is availability. And if he could show that he could be healthy and play 70 games, 65 games, I think they should bring him back. But what's the price, right? And for him, even if the Warriors are able to figure this out and get him healthy and get it past it, the lower numbers he plays could end up benefiting the Warriors from a number standpoint in terms of re-signing him, because obviously there's some risk involved.
Hey, it's a good day to ask you this because he was really good. You know how polarizing he is to this fan base. I want to know what you think the league thinks of Brandon Podziemski and how you think the Warriors will handle his potential contract over the next 3 to 12 months.
That's a really tough one. What do you give him, right? Like, is he Kuminga money? Is he more? Is he less? I think for him, it's imperative to finish strong. I know his agent, Bill Duffy, has been chomping at the bit, pulling my ear about how this is the Podziemski that you should be seeing. He's had a nice little stretch. And, that's a good thing for the Warriors because I'm certainly sure he was on the block, could have been moved. I think the thing with Pods is just, well, I guess we can't even say Pods right now, right?
I mean, yeah.
Sounds too much like the other issue.
You just have to be really hard with the D, Marc. Yeah, you got Pods. There you go.
I think the thing with him is he has to just be consistent in this way the rest of the season. You don't want to be hit and miss. I think that was part part of the problem with Kuminga is you see an amazing thing one night and then it's gone the next. If Pods can show some consistency the rest of the season, I think he's really helping his cause.
Is his game the type of game that really translates to any of the 30 teams as kind of like a seventh man, a super sub?
I mean, some of these teams are bad, man. I think you can start for some of these teams too. But I think he's getting a better basketball IQ. Both you guys know some of the decisions he made in his first 2 years would make you pull your hair out, and me and Dibs don't have much of it. But it seems like there's just less and less mind-numbing, head-scratching moves from him, especially of late. Just good baskets like last night, man. The way which I love, and maybe this is the old-school basketball player in me, I love seeing guards go to the basket, man, and not just settle for jumpers. And he's, I think, sealed the game in a lot of ways by, going to the basket, getting layups. And so he's a dual threat because he can shoot outside and take to the ball to hold. Maybe he learned that from Steph, because that's something he's really, really good at. But I think maybe now, with some maturity after showing some immaturity from his game and personally, we're seeing the better of him right now, and it's finally starting to show.
Mark, we got a chance to ask both Steve Kerr and Mike Dunleavy this week about the Warriors organization.
Well, y'all caused a stir, baby. I know it. I heard the interview. Y'all caused a national stir.
That was him, not me.
Hold on. Actually, it's funny that
I'm impressed.
No, but Steve caused it. Steve joked with us because he came on again since then, and he's like, "You got me in trouble." The question was Kristaps regular sick, or was this having to do with his condition? And then Steve brought up that whole story.
What I love about y'all, y'all ask good questions. When you guys talk to him, I heard what Div said about the fans like Podziemski the other day. Yeah, y'all ain't throwing no soft layups up there. Y'all throwing some fast pitches, and I love when you guys talk to him. I think Steve knows he better be on his toes speaking to you guys, because it's not going to be a homer interview, which I certainly respect. I mean, hey, I know I'm working alongside you guys, but I feel like when you guys talk to him, you guys, I learn something and you get some great stuff from him.
This is a little bit of of two pieces about Steph. So I'll start with this. How much longer do you think he wants to play?
Well, he told me he's still considering the 28 Olympics.
Right.
So if he's doing that, then that tells me at least through the 27-28 season.
So, how do the Warriors balance the idea of getting too old, but also still wanting to surround Steph with veteran players? If this goes on for another 3 years, because they already feel too old. So how do they balance this?
Yeah. Well, Steph, if I'm Steph, you can play with the Warriors if I'm the Warriors, he can play there as long as he wants to, right?
Right.
Draymond, I wouldn't be surprised if Draymond plays out his contract at his last year of this deal. If he assuming he opts in, is his last year. He has so many things he could do. His body is beat up from playing bigs, guys 50 pounds heavier. So I do think there's just going to be a natural progression with the attrition. Jimmy Butler being older, Draymond being older, those guys maybe I don't know how much Jimmy's going to play. We'll see how his body is. But I can see the Warriors having a much younger team next season. If Porzingis live up to it, they'll use that money for somebody else, and it could be younger. But what Stephen Curry has created here is a brand. What he's created here is a franchise that everybody that's a free agent has to consider. He's raised this place into the top most valuable NBA franchise in the league, and he's also one of the greatest human beings you'll ever meet. So I do think that the one thing that when you have Golden State, when you're the Knicks, when you're the Lakers, right, perhaps Miami could throw in that, you could always make a splash in free agency. You could always make a splash in trades because guys will ask to come to you. So just because the Warriors are young right now doesn't mean that they can't revamp the whole thing. When you have Steph Curry, there are going to be people that are going to want to play with him, ask to play with him. And it's just going to be a matter of the Warriors front office being creative to make that happen.
Marc, I'd love to hear you expand on that because you're talking to a fan base right now that collectively is kind of down on the young guys. But you said that Steph kind of likes him and that you kind of like him. What are the specifics there?
No, he brought that up.
Yeah.
I didn't ask him about the young guys at all. I was asking him about when he was coming back because my whole point, and I think maybe I could have explained it better last week, was like, are you, with so many stars having these wink surgeries or just, calling it quits this year, was he next on the list? And no, he's not. He wants to play this season. He wants to play in the postseason. Does he have championship aspirations? I think he's realistic about that. He mentioned to me that Jimmy Butler is not going to be there, but he obviously must like Podziemski, Gee, some of the other young guys on the team, Moody, if it's important for him to get them playoff time. Because I think he knows whether it's a Giannis, whether it's a LeBron James, like there's going to be somebody next summer that's going to join him, join Jimmy, join Draymond, assuming he's still there too. And remember, man, this is the Warriors. They got a brand. They could quick fix and add some talent. So, but on the cheaper side is the younger guys. And if you get them that good experience and like they're getting now, then it's going to help the franchise in the long run and save them some money for somebody bigger in the process.
Did I hear you just say that LeBron James is a possibility for the Warriors this summer?
I thought he's always been a possibility.
I mean,
with his relationship with Steph,
yep,
with his relationship with Draymond, I can't see him in a Lakers uniform next year if I was a betting man. And look, I haven't talked to him, so let's not act like I'm just playing, fantasy GM Marc Spears, right? But if I was, based on what the streets are saying, based on what I'm hearing, like if he does return, Cleveland would be number one and Golden State would be considered.